Climate change is described as the long-term changes in the climate that occur over decades, centuries, or even millennia. The greenhouse effect is a warming of Earth's surface and troposphere caused by the presence of water vapor, carbon dioxide, methane, and certain other gases in the air. Greenhouse gas levels in the atmosphere have been rapidly rising, mostly as a result of combustion of fossil fuels. India has experienced an increase in average temperature, a drop in monsoon precipitation, a rise in extreme weather events, as well as other changes since the middle of the 20th century. Human activities have influenced these changes in regional climate according to scientific data. Climate change caused by humans is anticipated to accelerate in the 21st century. We believe that it is critical to expand our knowledge of Earth system processes and enhance observation systems and climate models. In order to increase the accuracy of future climate projections, we believe in climate justice for all. India's average temperature has risen by around 0.7 degrees Celsius during 1901 to 2018. By the end of the 21st century, average temperature over India is projected to rise by approximately 4.4 degrees Celsius relative to the 1976 to 2005 average. Sea surface temperature of the tropical Indian Oceans has risen by 1 degree Celsius on average during 1951 to 2015, markedly higher than the global average sea surface temperature warming of 0.7 degrees Celsius over the same period. The summer monsoon precipitation over India has declined by around 6% from 1951 to 2015, with notable decrease over the Indo-Gangetic Plains and the Western Ghats. The overall decrease of seasonal summer monsoon rainfall during the last 6 to 7 decades has led to an increased propensity for drought over India.
केन समय बन्या भी होचे केन समय विशेष कर मरुड़ी हेसी जेन समय माने वर्षार आवश्यक से समय वर्षा ठीक हुए नहीं आ जेन समय आवश्यक नथिबा ए प्रकार वर्षा हेसी जार फल जे निके हम सब बेले क्षतिग्रस्त होइछु हमें धान चाष करसु धान चाष करी हमें निर्वाह करूछु ई वर्ष बीटा पला पकालो वर्षा अभाव से थाना बजाय बार किसी नहीं एंता कि से माट माने सब उपरे उपरे रही छे आरु एंता भाबे वर्षा अभाव जो आमे बड़े कष्ट पाउछु जीवन जीविका केंता निर्वाह करमु बोली आमे सब चिंता न करूछु 30 वर्ष खंते हे गला न चाष करबा चाषटा करे आसुछु आज्ञा आ वर्तमान गत वर्ष ए समय आमे चाष पल्हा जोता जोती करी करी आमे बिलरे लगे सारी थिलु न आ ई वर्ष देखुन आज्ञा इरा देखुन पूरा वर्षा ने हेबारो पूरा पल्हा मने मरी जाउछे आज्ञा हां आ वर्षा केन समय हेबा जे आमे चाष.
Sea level rise in the North Indian Ocean occurred at the rate of 1.06 to 1.75 millimeter per year during 1874 to 2004 and has accelerated to 3.3 millimeter per year in the last 2.5 decades. There has been an increase in the annual frequency of significant tropical cyclones over the North Indian Ocean basin since the middle of the 20th century.
विशेष करी दिन को दिन बात्या है आसी बात्या महाबात्या हो हुडुड हो फाइलिन हो फनी हो विशेष करी आम सब देखी आसचु 3 वर्ष 2 वर्ष एमती प्रत्येक वर्ष फाइलिन बात्या है आसी बात्या हबारु आम जीविका हराउछु जीविका हराइबा हेतु आम बहुत कष्ट जीविका उपार्जन करूछु जीविका उपार्जन कर
सुनिला तपन कुमार विश्वास आ 2-3 वर्ष पर बात्या आसूची महाबात्या हुडुहुडु फनी এইଭଳିଆ ପରିସ୍ଥିତିରେ ଆମେ ବଡ଼ ହଇରାଣ ହେଉଛୁ ଆଉ ଚଳିବାକୁ ଅସୁବିଧା ହେଉଛି।
Several areas of Himalayas have experienced a decline trend in snowfall and all retreat of glaciers in recent decades. Due to the warmer climate, waterborne diseases such as cholera, diarrhea as well as malaria, dengue and chikungunya have increased in numbers and in geographical spread across hilly, colder areas as well as warm deserts and seacoasts.
Dalits and tribal, the poorest of the poor in India, are actually the worst affected by the challenges of climate change in India, as many of them depend largely on agriculture and daily wages. Because of the increased temperature and natural calamities, they suffer the most, and their economic condition has also deteriorated in the last few years, and it's going to deteriorate further in the years to come.
If I am to name the biggest impact that climate change has, well, that is on the human migration. People are already moving away from their homeland. It is believed that by 2050, more than 200 million people would have moved away from their homes and would have become climate migrants or climate refugees.
Climate change will impact India's natural ecosystems, India's agricultural output, and freshwater resources. That India is an agro-based economy. Such a huge impact, which invariably would affect all aspects of life, is bound to adversely impact livelihoods and would result in widespread poverty and would create several public health issues and social tensions.
The effect of climate change in India is fast increasing. Overexploitation of resources, unscientific behavior towards nature, irresponsible consumerism, and the tendency to get richer continue to put India at climate risk. Some of the immediate results of climate change, like monsoon failure, regular cyclones, and extreme weather conditions, have already been seen and experienced.
India promises to reduce its carbon intensity by 35% by the year 2030. But the major challenges it faces is India gets its major energy from the thermal power plant, that is the coal-fired thermal power plant. So in order to curb its emission rate down, it needs to search for alternative energy sources like geothermal energy and hydroelectricity. The second point is India is laden with water-intensive agricultural practice, especially rice. So India will have to search for alternative methods to bring down its water footprint or to go for drip irrigation. And the third way India can do so is going for massive replantation, that is afforestation and reforestation. By plantation is the most efficient method to reduce the carbon emission, atmospheric carbon dioxide, by natural means. And India can do so by asking its students to plant at least 10 saplings before giving any degrees to them.
Indian churches as a whole need to join hands and work together to cope up with climate change and its impact in India. Citizens, youth and children has to come forward and get involved themselves in the Climate Justice for All global campaign program as a churches, as communities, as individuals. We believe Climate Justice for All campaign program will make a difference in their actions to fight against climate change. Through the campaign materials, worship materials, videos and other materials related to promote the Climate Justice for All campaign, this campaign will bring awareness, education and create self-motivation among people, churches and individuals from different parts of India to commit to taking action for climate justice. Vulnerable communities from different parts of India will be encouraged and will be equipped on the front lines of climate change with the resources they need to adapt to the changing world.